Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Daily GrindCast. I'm here with my good friend Kenji. We're really excited for him to share his story with you guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for making the time and for the day on the Sunday with us. We really like to hear people's stories, where they came from, how they grew up, any things that the trials, tribulations, stuff like that you've gone through in your life. That we love hearing that part, because a lot of people just see the glamour, or they always see like what's going on and like the good things that are going on, and we love to get down and figure out what made you the man you are today, or what made you the woman you are today, right? Based on your story and your upbringing. So wherever you want to start, man, where you grew up, where you were born, we're here to like listen, man.
I'm Kenji. A lot of people call me Coach K. I'm affiliated with Stars and Spikes Baseball, Fontana Community Baseball, but a lot of you guys know me from Young and Relentless Sports. In this world, it's like you hear people say a lot of it takes a village to raise a kid. I was one of those kids that it took a village to raise. All right, I have a single mom, wonderful woman. She did everything, and she's still doing everything she can to just keep me afloat in this world. I love her for that. But I was also brought up by my aunt, my uncle, and an abundance of other family members in LA, Moreno Valley, Pasadena, Long Beach. So a lot of people had their hands in my upbringing. And now I'm here today to tell you guys my story and, my trials and tribulations. So maybe this can help a young kid coming up in the world, seeing the stuff that I went through, and now to see where I'm at now. And where I'm at now, it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful life. I won't trade it for anything.
Nice, man. Good. You mentioned a bunch of places like Long Beach and stuff like that. Were you like, do you grow up in a lot of different places? As you grew up, you like moved around a lot? Was that
Yes, we moved a lot. So everything started like Long Beach, then LA, then we end up being in Ontario. But before that, my mom is from Guyana, which is in South America.
Okay.
So I have a Guyanese background. I have a Jamaican background. I have a lot of backgrounds.
Nice.
It's like a lot of people see me, they just think I'm black, but I'm not. I'm more I'm more South American and Caribbean.
Nice. When did your mom?
We came in '91. I want to say '91. Don't quote me. I want to say '91. And that's when short little stint in New York, and then we came to California, and that's when my aunt and uncle, they were already out here doing their stuff, and we just moved a lot until we all settled in the Rancho Cucamonga, Fontana area now, to where I want to say approximately we're about at least 2 miles from each other. So
okay.
The majority of us, we're out in the Inland Empire. Then we still have some in LA, Long Beach area.
Nice, man.
Were you born out there?
Yes, I was.
How old
and
were
I
you
came
when
up here when I was, I want to say 8.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to do the math today. I was like, you came in '91. I was like, how old are you?
Yeah.
But so you're born in like what, '84?
81.
Oh, 81.
81.
Okay.
September 6th.
Okay.
Yeah. So coming up here was a culture shock. Everything is different. Everything is moving. Not so much faster, because coming from a third world country, they have the saying where you live paycheck to paycheck, and they live day to day. It's like, so they wake up pretty much 4 a.m. and they knocking out what they have to do throughout the day just to get the money for the next day.
Yeah.
They don't have that 1 week or 2 week period. So it's like that their grind is relentless.
Damn, man.
Right. Well, we recently went back. My wife, my kids, and our entire family. We went back out there for a family reunion, and just to see how they grind on a daily basis, it's like it just lets you know that we take a lot of things in the States for granted. You know what I mean? Me being of that culture, I mostly identify with the American culture, because it's pretty much where I was born and raised. Not born and raised, but where I was raised. So just to look back at things like they have rolling blackouts throughout the day. What do? The internet. What do? Right? So because everything here is at our fingertips. It's like if you're not in a home that have Wi-Fi, you're pretty much screwed. So if you now leave that home with your phone, you have phone service, but you don't have Wi-Fi service. So it's like you got to get back to the home to do whatever you got to do on the internet. So it's tough, but I mean that culture do raise some strong people.
I mean, the reason I asked how old were you because I was also 8 when I moved from Mexico. I was born in Mexico.
Yeah.
And like they say, born in Mexico, made in the U.S.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, same thing. I mean, I could relate. But how long were you in New York, or like?
That was like real short.
Real short.
Real short. It's like not even enough to like. I just remember it was 3 days of rain. That's all I remember.
Oh, okay. So
It wasn't.
Just kind of like a pit stop and then straight to California.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Just a real quick pit stop. Got off. Then it's like I'm in California now. Then like Scarlett was saying, it's like trying to get acclimated to new friends.
Yeah.
And then it's like.
Did you struggle?
Oh, very much so. I struggle because it's like. I don't know. Back when coming up, it's like you have an accent, so it's different.
I still do.
Yeah. So when you're talking, it's like they're looking at you like, what? It's like I'm speaking English, but over there, it's more broken English. No, I'm sorry. Let me correct that. It's not broken English. It's actually English. But here, our English in the States is broken.
No, I get you.
Right. The English here is broken because if you speak to someone from like the UK, they pronounce every syllable, right? Here we really don't.
No, we just like we mumble the word.
Yeah, right. And it sounds. That's
why everyone
good.
says, "Why do you say it like that?" I'm just like, but even people my friends from New York and like everything, they say the same thing. Like you speak so weird. Like California has like its own weird.
It's like everywhere you go, everyone is
state,
like you speak weird. Because I journeyed to Texas. I've journeyed to Alabama, and it's like
Like what?
Like what? Like you speak weird. No, you're like do you not hear you talk? Then it's like you just go. You have this back and forth. Like you hear you talk. Yeah. Like it's just everyone just have their own unique way of speaking. That's how I look at it, and it's just like you digest it, and like all right, cool. Yeah. That's you. That's what works for you, and you just got to move on. You can't really press people over how they speak because everyone's going to speak differently.
Yeah, you don't based on where they grew up, how they grew up, what the influence was. Poor, rich.
Yeah, right.
Educated, non-educated.
Exactly.
So there's all these judgments that come on when it comes to that, though. I know I used to always find myself prejudging people based on how they said things until I really looked at myself and how I pronounce things. And I realized I have a lisp sometimes or I don't pronounce things correctly. Yeah. And then I was like, well, don't cast the first stone, right? So.
Yeah, but as we're young, we're not educated enough, to.
We just know to make fun of people.
Yeah, right.
Reason, I don't know what it is about kids, but they're evil.
It's like
that's having fun for us, right?
Yeah, right. Well, back then they're called like, oh, you bagging on me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So it's like. You hear someone talk or someone have a certain look and you go in on them because it was fun. Yeah. Right? So now it's like we can't even do that these days. Right. So now it's like
the kids too soft, that's why.
Very much so.
And we made them this way. It's our generation that did that too because we wanted them to have a good life because we struggle so much, right?
Yeah, we struggle but it made us tough. And we want our kids and the new generation to be tough, but I feel like
I don't know how
they're just soft. Like they make themselves soft. They
make themselves.
I think it's because they want everything to be catered to them. Yeah. We had to wake up and go get it, right? We have to go get it. Now they wake up
late, and dragging their feet. And
let me ask you a question. When you guys were going to school, middle school, high school, what time were you going to school?
8 o'clock. 7:45, I think.
Right, and you had to get up and get on that bus, right?
I did have to take a bus. Right. I lived off 15th in Magnolia.
Okay.
At the time for middle school, and I had to take the bus all the way to North Long Beach, which is an hour away.
Yeah. Dang. Now. They started, some high school starts at 9 o'clock.
My son starts at 9, and he's still fucking late. And I told him I got 3 messages.
I was just about to tap on that. And that's exactly what it is. It's like you started, I heard the reason why they wanted the kids to get more sleep. But you got to understand how kids work.
They stay till midnight.
You start at 9. Oh, I don't go to, it's just like, some adults, I don't go to work until 11. What you going to do? You're going to stay up later that day trying to function, right?
100%. If you know you have extra time to sleep and you get your 6 to 7 hours in or whatever, how many hours you want to sleep, then 100%. I think, pretty sure that's how my son thinks because my son's 15.
Yeah.
And I told him this last week. I texted him 3 times and I said, "Why are you fucking late? I got 3 days this week.
Yeah.
You have a tardy, and you live behind the school. Your ass has to walk there."
Hey, that's the worst, right?
So the funniest thing ever, like a couple of days after that, he literally texted me. He goes, "Hey, I'm gonna be late. I was helping push a man in a wheelchair," and then I was like,
"Yo, I love it."
And I was like, "Man, proof or it didn't happen." And he's like, "How am I gonna take a picture?" Both my hands were on the thing, and I was like, "My son wouldn't lie, but I'm just like, that's pretty close to a lie,
right?
You just don't happen to be late and find a guy in a wheelchair."
Every day.
Every day, man.
This man just knows, oh, he's coming, he got me.
The good thing is,
awesome.
He's a helpful soul, right?
Well, if it was true, it wasn't
If it was, he was helpful.
Not at home, though.
No, definitely not at home.
That's how my little sister is still. She's up for anything, but at home, she just, takes forever to sweep. She takes, 2-3 hours to sweep. Like, dude, come on. I used to do that shit, in 10 minutes. If not,
because we wanted to run and go do things. For them, I don't know. They do everything slow, so... Reality's gonna hit them hard when they have to do things like.
I get it. My son, he's 10. And he's still cleaning his room every day. So he goes up in there and he moved one thing, and then he goes back to doing something else. So I think he's been cleaning this room for a whole year now, and it's always something different on the floor, man. But I'll be like, it's the way we don't.
You have to stand there and hold their hand.
Yeah, pretty much or we gotta just hey.
Or start taking things from.
Hey, no games today. Then that room is clean.
Yep.
All right, but once you get the games back,
and that's it.
I could tell my son that too, but before you ask a question or switch, if I tell my son hey, unless I'm taking away a phone or a game, he won't speed up at all. You can tell him, I won't take you here until he goes, I don't care. I'm just you motherfucker. I'm trying to motivate you.
It's that phone, though. You take away that phone or that gaming system, their whole world collapsed. They don't know what to do with life no more.
It's just he's I'm bored. What do I do? I'm just sitting.
My wife and I, we tell the kids, read a book, right? Read a book. Give me do a book report. Let me see. How bored are you? Oh, they're not bored no more. So you're not bored. You just don't.
You just want to be on your phone or games.
Exactly. You just want it goes back to that catering thing. Mm-hmm. They just want everything just to be on a platter for them. No, man, we didn't have it like that. I remember my cousin and I, we used to be up late just doing homework because we was bull crapping the whole day, right? So my uncle, in my family, we're big on education, big. So it's we used to be up late just doing homework because we come home from school. We want to go run around. My uncle come home. Did y'all do your homework? No. So now it's get to it. We have to get to it. And he didn't. My uncle, he don't play he's militant, right? So it's got to get it done. If you don't get it done, his whole thing was he already has a degree. You failing don't affect me none. Mm-hmm. It affects you. You know what I mean? And that's something I preach to my kids and the kids that I coach. It's I cannot want this for you more than you want it for you. That's right. My days are done. No. It's on you. How bad you want it, you got to go get it. It's not going to be given to you. So you got to find a way.
I'm 18. There's the door.
Yeah, right.
Well, not all of us. I always say that. My girlfriend is you can't do that. You can't just kick him out. I was why not? I was out when I was 17 and I'm already paying rent and shit. I mean, again, I guess we're built different, but
we are built different.
No, I mean, great talk, but I do want to circle back to more of your background. Between 8 and 15, what was your life like? What at what point did you? Because you said you were struggling here, with the language, of course, I was too. At what point did you already started seeing? Because life hits us different, especially because we're coming from somewhere else.
Yes,
right?
sir.
So at what point did you kind of started maturing more, kind of seeing life differently?
I want to say about 13. Start seeing stuff because it's now I'm kind of comfortable in myself and the area that I'm in, and then I also I had my younger cousin under me, so it's like I had to make sure whatever's going on, I have to be able to stand tall, stand strong, because he's looking up to me, you know. And now I'm making more friends. I'm getting acclimated with people of all different races. At that point, now I'm playing sports. Playing sports made everything much easier, because for some reason, when you play sports, people seem to forget about an accent. They seem to forget about you not attractive, right? They forget about all these things.
Especially if you're good,
Right.
It's all about teamwork, depending which sport you're playing. So it becomes a team effort, and so you forget about everything. For the most part, they do. That's beautiful. So what sport did you play? Was it baseball, football?
No, we'll double back to the baseball thing, but our family pretty much try to put us in every sport. So I played basketball, football, baseball, soccer, ran track. The one that stuck to me first was basketball. So we didn't have a hoop yet, so my cousin and I, what we did, we took the patio furniture from the backyard, we put a chair on that end and one on this end, and you know those big old bleach buckets with the powder bleach, bleach. We put one on that side, and that was our court until we got a court. So we'll just get a little small basketball, do our little moves, boom. Right? And then so my aunt and uncle, they saw that we were interested in basketball, so they got a court. So then we just start hooping, and they just start putting us in all the city leagues, where I excelled, but it's like you know at a young age what's for you and what's not for you. Even though I was good at basketball, it wasn't my passion.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because it goes back to that whole teamwork. Team player. I was a great teammate. I was a coachable kid. It's just as you start getting older and you're going into the high school world, you start to see now the politics behind basketball, right? Like you gotta be. I mean, it goes on to this day. It's like it become more of a popularity contest, less of the hustle. Like I can go out there and hustle anyone, but if I don't have a name behind me, they'll take the kid that have a name that just want to work once or twice a week, which is my cousin and I. We were out there 7 days a week just going at it, right? His career took off. His career took off to the NBA status.
Nice.
I just, I knew that wasn't for me. So then I transitioned to track. Then I started excelling track because I'm fast, right? So I did track. I was like, okay, track is cool. I like this because it's a team, but it's more independent than team. So I ran track for Rancho Cucamonga High School. I did the 100, 200, the 4x1, the 4x4, excelled in both. I stopped running track, I want to say my senior year, because now politics became involved. I felt like I was already established since my freshman year. You have a new guy that you now want to cater to come in, and now that I look back at it as I'm older, I should have stayed on, but at that time, it goes back to when I said it took a village to raise me. I was a hothead. It's like if I'm running the third leg on the 4x1, I'm not comfortable coming off doing the second leg, so they moved me to the second leg.
I got you.
I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I'm done. So I slowly start not going to practice, and then the season is done. I'm like, I'm done. Then I tried soccer. It was fun, but it was just too much running for one goal. I know the Mexicans, they love the soccer. I'd rather watch it than play it. Like, because it was just too much running for me. Like, and if a coach knows that you're quick, he gonna have you run up and down that. Like, I didn't like that. Like, like, come on, But as you're younger, it's like, you don't want to go off on the coach. So it's like I did it. So I did it for like 5 games. Then I told my aunt, I'm like, I don't like it. She's like, just finish it off. So I finished it off. The best part about that was the orange slices during halftime, the orange slices and Gatorade. And so it's like, so I left that alone. So So I just kept doing. I just kept doing track. I found a like a track club. Did that for a year, and then I just after that I just like faded out of sports.
Oh, okay.
And just hanging with my cousins, them just just doing knucklehead stuff, and that's when reality kicked in, because now you're getting older, you're doing dumb stuff, and now as you do dumb stuff, it's consequences.
Yeah.
So stuff happened. I had to take a little sit down, a little break, and just reflect on life. Like, dude, what are you doing, right? And it's not like, it's like we all have wonderful parents that try to teach us the ropes and give us all the tools like we're doing with our kids, but yet still we go outside. Like we have our own manual,
Yeah.
which I did. Like my cousin and I, we're staying in the Inland Empire. We would like get on the Foothill Transit all the way to LA, just to hang out.
Yeah.
Right, just to hang out. Now we're stuck in LA because we missed the transit back. Right, so now we're stuck. Now we got mom, no, so now. So it's just like, a lot of dumb stuff happened, and like I said, I had to sit down, take a little vacation, and just reflect on life. Like, what are you doing with your life, right? Like I even try enlisting to the service, but
sorry to cut you off there, but was this like after high school or
after high school?
Okay.
Yeah, because
at what age was that? At what age did it click where you're like, you know what, I'm just doing a lot of dumb shit. I gotta like get my shit together.
all honesty.
I'm sure there was multiple, because it happened to me. I had multiple of those times.
That's the same question I was gonna get at too. Once you, it's basically, I think that what our question is, everyone has a turning point in their life that decides like, this is it. Like this, I have to make a choice now if I'm gonna continue this path, or do you know this? What age was that, and how many times did you have to fuck up before you realized, like real fuck ups? I'm not talking about like fun, like easy ones that you get away from. This stuff. I'm talking about like a real, when you sat down with yourself and you had to talk with yourself. What age were you, and what really made you make a change in your life that said, this is, I need to do this path, or I'm gonna be on the wrong path the rest of my life?
21. 21. So in my family, we're big on do what you do, but do not bring disgrace to the family. So when I had to do that little sit down, to me that was the ultimate disgrace and to the family, right? So it's like I had to reflect on that, and then like I said, like I said earlier, I had a little cousin looking up to me, so I had to now, I don't want him to go down the path I went down. So I slowly just start changing my life and transitioning to just something different. But like you guys said, you still have those little hiccups, You still have those little hiccups. I had a lot of those, but with those, I didn't have to sit down. It was more of, hey, get it together. Like it's like me and the hiccups were like a magnet, right? It's like, I loved it. Right?
Yeah.
It's like,
you love the chaos.
I love it. Yeah. I love that. Yep. That's it. The chaos. I love the chaos of everything. Like the wild nights.
Yep.
Like damn, it's 5 a.m. and you still out functioning. I loved it, but it's like staying up that late, wilding out like that. It just brings more stuff around you that you don't want. To where it's like, I just slowly just start transitioning. Transition came. Another one of my cousins. Like I said, I have a big family, so I have a lot of cousins. He was the first to start making that transition. He's a little younger than me, but when he did that, I was like, oh, he can do that.
Yeah.
You could just say you don't want to do this no more and just be. So then he starts staying away. So I'm like, oh, if Trav can do that, I can do that too.
Yep.
So I just start staying away. Then I just start putting myself around the two main cousins I'm normally with, Chris and Darren. I just started being around them more, and their crowds are different. So it's now the crowd that I'm in is helping me, because some of them know that they knew the past, and hey, all right, leave that over there. which it was like it just start now. Stuff is clicking to me. Like, oh, this is life. I can chill without having to be looking around. Like, this is life. I love this life. You know what I mean? I love this. So it's like 21 is when everything like started slowly clicking, and then being around Chris, being around Darren, and their type of crowds, it's like, oh, I don't want to associate with that lifestyle. I want to just be chill, just go out, enjoy life, and just go home at a decent hour, and just wake up in the morning like, man.
Yep.
I made it home.
Yeah, when nothing good happens, I always, I think my parents told me this. I think my dad, he always tells me, nothing good happens after midnight. So why are you out,
For real.
Anytime after midnight, that's when all the DUIs happen. That's when all the drunk accidents happen. That's when chaos happens, the fights, the shootings.
Everything.
Yeah. Alcoholic, freaking, just like all that stuff happens after midnight. I mean, even before then.
But back
for the most part,
it was after midnight. Yeah.
Like nothing's good is gonna come up, but if you're up trying to trying to live that life in the chaos, right?
Yeah.
I do want to point out what you just said right there, where you saw your cousin change his habits, and then you told yourself, "Oh shit, I could do that as well." And that's very important for the audience. And we always, I think we always say this with every guest and stuff, that who you look, or who you are surrounding yourself with, it's very important.
Very much so.
It doesn't matter if because I had an argument with one of my friends where they're like, "Oh, if you're weak-minded, you're not gonna change. Doesn't matter who you surround yourself with. If you're weak-minded, you're not gonna change." I'm like, no, okay, your mindset does have something to do with it, but if everyone's a fuck up, it's easier for you to fuck up. It's just easy. No matter if you're a strong mindset, a weak mindset, it's still gonna be easy. So if you're surrounding yourself with like people who want to be better, it's gonna
make you want to do better at all times. Yeah.
It's we always say it's the inner circle is basically like all your friends, all this shit they want to do because you're like, they're still your friends, and as being 21, I know plenty well of just like all the dumb things I wanted to do. Like I would say yes to everything. Oh, we'd have a couple of drinks, and sometimes it's one of those things like I just like, because I like the chaos, I like the the craziness, and for some reason, because that's how I grew up, unfortunately. Like that's like for other people that you see like our crazy lives as like, damn, that's fucking what you live through, and I was like, that's normal. So you have to realize that that's actually not normal. Just because it's our normal, it's actually not normal that we grew up in certain circumstances, or that we were poor. The shit that we saw, we weren't supposed to always see that. Like it's not just because it happened doesn't make it right.
Yeah, and tapping in on what you just said, I was watching this guy from New Jersey talk about his upbringing, right? And to me, a lot of us, we all suffer from a case of the PTSD without even knowing. Mm-hmm. So his thing was, as he was growing up in the projects out there, he saw a lot of his family members, on dope, selling dope, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So to him, that was normal. Yeah. To now when he becomes of age to start understanding, he was like, dang, he's like, I'm suffering from this type of behavior. It's like, that's not normal. It's like, you're not supposed to see people on dope or, like your hustle is your hustle. Mm-hmm. But it's like, it's not normalized. It shouldn't be, right? Yeah. But when you're grown up in poverty, it's like, a lot of things look like, because that's all you're around, mm-hmm. that's all you consume on a daily basis. Like you just think it's normal until you start moving away from it, and mm-hmm. then now you don't see it anymore. He's like, wait, they don't do that here. It's crazy.
What I see is that young men and myself, or just us in general, is that we have that, either you have that turning point in your life or you don't. You either want to get out or you don't, or you make that one choice that changes your entire life, and you don't, without realizing it, we don't see that till we're older. It's like, if I made the right choice at that moment to not be friends with them anymore. I made the right choice finally to say, I am smart, I am capable, and you have some type of guidance, or you listen to the guidance and you made that fucking transition. Because if not, we all would have been in the streets, we all would have been locked up, we all would have been like fucking, who knows, God knows,
Yeah.
But, and that's always the thing I always think about too. Of all the things that I've been through, like I got a DUI at a young age, that obviously pivoted me into a different lifestyle. But my biggest turning point was when I was on parole, and when I was in 8th grade. I was already like, I was already in parole, so freaking, I had grand theft, but I had the wrong people surrounding me. So it wasn't just friends, it was actually adults just a lot of bad influence.
Yeah.
Was guiding me to the wrong way. So once that happened, I realized who I was a little bit, but I didn't physically fully realize until I got older. And then all the dumb shit, I still was getting into doing dumb shit. And then once my DUI hit, I was just like, the fuck, like this can't be it. So
Yeah, I mean, like if you think about it, like at a young age, like you said, it wasn't like kids your age. It's like the older people that you were around. It's like, in a way, they kind of like brainwashed us. Mm-hmm. They showed us all the glamour stuff. They got this car. I got money. So it's like you want to grow up to, to emulate that.
Yeah.
So
they
it's
teach
like,
you that if you can't afford it, you just steal it.
Yeah.
And that was a crazy ass mindset to have, dude.
And you want to be down, right? You want to be down. So now, like,
I don't know if for me, I just wanted things that I didn't have. Growing up, I was freaking. We didn't really have that much money. There was a lot of things for us, that we had to sacrifice as far as living conditions, all that, because. And again, my story is not compared. Like when I hear other people's stories, I love bringing on people, because hearing your story and hearing like Daniel's story, hearing other people's stories that all been on, you think that maybe you've gone through this, and that's a fucked up story, and then you hear someone else's story, like, damn, I didn't go through that. Like, where would I be if I went through that? So, and I really appreciate you sharing this information.
Of course, well, I'm here, man.
Being open, sharing stuff, like
I'm here.
Being vulnerable, and being just coming on the show and telling your story. Like I know that we didn't dive too deep into it and stuff like that, and that's totally fine. I think the point is that for these young kids, these young men, to see people's stories and realize they're not the only ones. To see that they can make a choice. It's
all about choices.
It's gonna click in their mind, or it's not gonna click. And unfortunately, we can only guide you so far, but we can't hold your hand and drag you there, right?
Of course, you can't.
So I really, like I said, I really appreciate it, and thank you again, man.
Of course.
And what do you do now? And what's your purpose? What do you think? Have you found your purpose? Or
I found my purpose. So right now, I run Young and Relentless Sports. So pretty much it's I just train youth athletes, ages 5 to 18. My whole thing is I'm trying to give these kids that I'm coaching, I'm training, all the tools to transition to high school and college. All right, I'm trying to give them the importance of it all, because at a young age I was good at sports, but like my training for it was average. It was just I'll do the bare minimum when it came to practice, and I don't want that from the kids that I coach, that I train. I want them to just give it your all. Doesn't matter how you feel on Monday. If you're tired, let's get it. We gotta work. You have work to do, because I always tell them this: I'm not training you for today. I'm not training you for tomorrow. I'm not training you for Little League, travel ball. I'm training you for high school and college. I'm training you to compete, because once you get there, it's a different type of beast. Then once you leave high school, college is another type of beast. So the training I'm going to give you and the education I'm going to give you is going to help you try and make that transition easier. So I currently have about 10 kids I train privately. Then I train the Stars and Spikes organization, 10U, 11U, 12U, 13 and 14U teams on the weekends. So I go out there with them Saturday mornings. We do a lot of plyometrics training, just to maximum effort. Everything we do, boom, 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 boom. Right, especially with summer coming, I'm teaching them, hey, you have to get your stamina and endurance up. Yes, it's baseball. It's not a lot of movement, but when you do move,
gotta be quick.
Gotta be quick.
Yep.
Right, there you go. That's why I try to tell them, you have to be quick. So a lot of them, they don't want to exert a lot of energy, but I'm letting them know, like, hey.
Because they think they're saving it for fucking
For
something.
what? Yeah, what are you saving for? Hey, that ball get hit to you in center field, go get it.
Yeah.
Right? If it's not a home run, you need to go get it. So that's what I do right now, and that's what I'm passionate about. And it's crazy because I'm doubling back for where we first started with baseball. When you mentioned baseball, I played baseball, but I did not like baseball. Like I was good in center field, but it was just too slow for me.
What you're doing, like you said, you're building that foundation. For them. You're building, that mindset that to be ready to put the hard work in. so that they can take this and they'll remember it for the rest of their life, whether they know it now or later. Yeah. They're gonna, if they continue in sports, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I remember Coach Kenji said this.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, I really love what I'm doing because it's like just yesterday this happened to me. I went up to the ballpark to pick up some of the team photos, and it's a group of kids. They walk into the dugout. Oh, there go Coach Kenji. It's like the kids love me because every kid I coach, all the coaches around, they know the players that have been on my team because we move a certain way. I always tell them, like, if your teammates are not doing this, you do it. Do what I'm teaching you, and you're going to see what happens. Someone out there that knows baseball, they're going to identify what you're doing, and you're going to be on someone's team. You don't have to be that 400 hitter. You don't got to be the fastest, but you do these little intricate things, they're going to take note of that, be like, I can use him. So when I see my kids, I'll be in the grocery stores, just random places. Like I have this kid, Logan. Every time I see him, he just walk up behind me, and I know it's Logan. He would just come up behind me and smack my hat. I'm like, "What's up, Logan?" Right? It's like we have that bond, we have that relationship, Then another kid I have, Tony. Every Monday he comes straight from school, gets it. One day it was raining, and I hit his mom like, "Hey, it's raining out here. What do you want to do?" She like, "Tony said he want to work out." I said, "Let's get it." And that's the type of kid I want to coach. I want to train. Like I said earlier, I can't want this more for you than you want it for yourself. So every day he comes and he just put in that work. My son is the whole reason for the Young and Relentless movement, because before that I just had Relentless, but then I watched my son worth ethics. He's 10. He's not the biggest kid, but he plays with like the heart of a lion.
Nice.
Like he just goes and goes. He's every player's favorite player because of his stature. Like he's not the biggest kid, but center field, anywhere outfield, he's the business. Infield, he give you the work. On the base, like people come to the ballpark just to watch him run the bases.
Yeah.
But it was his work ethic that pretty much I did the Young and Relentless movement for, because one day he was like, "I want to make All-Stars." So we took our 1 to 2 day a week training to not every day. Its only off day is Monday.
Oh, okay.
Like he really goes at it, and it's like some of the older players that I coach, I'm like, you have to have a relentless work ethic. You have to. You have to. Don't try to do too much. Just be consistent.
It seems like like you said, he's like the heart. He's like the heart of the team.
Yeah.
No matter big, tall, and a lot of kids need to hear that too. You don't always have to be the quickest, the fastest, or whatever. You can have all the heart. And sometimes that's all you need. You just have the heart and the passion.
Yeah, you need to.
With that being said, I want to focus more on helping the youth, right? Because like I said, I didn't have the support I wish I had until now. I want to give back. I have my little sister that I try to
I hear you talk about her a lot.
Yeah. And so whatever we could do as the Daily GrindCast to help you and your kids, just let us know, and we'll be happy
Appreciate that, fellas.
to do that. And so usually we just ask the last questions to our guests, and whatever comes to mind, just let us know. If you could teach one thing to the world, what would it be and why?
Stand on your word. Why? Because your word means a lot to that person. So if you say you're going to do something, don't fall back on it, because that person's always going to remember that. Yeah. Right? So if you say you're going to be there, be there. Be there for that person. Be there for whomever. Most of all, you have to be there for yourself. Right? So stand on your word. Keep your word. Don't say something if you have no intentions on doing it, because we all been there, right? Someone be like, are you going to come over and help me? Yeah, I got you, Dick. Yeah, I got you, Scott. Yeah. Then now that day come, and they're not there.
Yeah. No, I'm really big on that, man. I've said it in a couple of episodes as well. Be a man of your word. It's like it's one of the hardest things to, be a man or a woman, but it's one of the hardest things to always live up to, but it's a great goal, because you might fail 2% of the time, but 90%, 99%, you're there. Some things do happen that you can't, you can't be the man of your word, but, I always like to pride myself, and my dad taught me this and really like engraved it into me, be a man of your fucking word. If you say you're going to do something, do it, because people hold you accountable.
Hold you, yeah.
And it's not just like, oh, it's just my boyfriend or girlfriend or just like a friend, they'll understand. That's not the point, it's like, you're proving it to yourself that you can do what you say you're going to do, and you're there for the people that, you said you were.
Yes,
it's not just a promise. It's like, and I think it's like, to me, it's just like a big thing. Like if you say you're going to do something, like I expect you to do that. And when you don't, you kind of like, I don't know, not push me away, but there's like
you start seeing the person differently.
Yeah, you're just like, why didn't you just like, you have to commit to things, like
start seeing that person with true character.
For the young kids, kids that are watching this, or just people that are watching this that don't know that, really pay attention to like what you're saying. If you're saying you're gonna meet your friends, or you're gonna be there to help them, to help someone, whatever it is, or again, just be there. If you say you're gonna do it, just do it.
Just
honestly,
because
that's great that you said that. That's always a big reminder, and I love reminders. I like to journal, and Daniel likes to journal as well. But like we always put things down that you kind of like you want to be. So like if certain things, you put, I want to be kind, or I want to be loving. It's not that you're not. It's that it's a reminder that you want to be that person.
We have to write those things down.
And where can we find you? When can?
I'm on Instagram at R3_YNR. The YNR is for Young and Relentless. The R3 is for Responsible, Reliable, and Respect.
Give us your details. We'll put it up in the description.
Yes, sir.
Definitely we will.
Yeah, of course, man. Before I go, I just want to thank you, fellas, for having me on here. It's a lot of podcasts out there. It's all watered down, if you ask me. Due to Coach Jesse, I tapped in with you guys, and I like what you guys stand for.
Thank you.
So I want to come on and share my story. So I thank you guys. Gratitude. I brought you guys some shirts. Man. Just for having me on here, man. It means a lot,
you,
man.
We really appreciate, like we said, we are, we hope that we always give off the like how genuine we are. It's not just, we're not here just for our own purpose and our own story. We're here for a greater purpose, and bringing on stories, having you guys tell your story.
And you guys do that. That's why when you guys post something, I just repost it, because it doesn't cost me anything. Correct. Just to show my love and support for you guys. Most people, I got hit up. Hey, can we do this? Can we promote your page? No, I'm not paying for promotion, man.
Same here.
If you truly rock with me, you'll post it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I see you guys stuff. If good content, I'll post it. Nothing. Yeah, you guys don't even know until you see it. So a lot of time my wife be like, "Did you add?" No, man. I'm like, I like what they stand for, so I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna post it. Like, I'm gonna show love. You know what I mean? Because everyone need a push. You know what I mean? I don't have a big following, but for the
either do we.
for the 940 something I have, they're gonna see you guys. You know what I mean?
And you don't know who's watching. Like we always say, right?
Yeah.
Like there might be a random person that just comes across this, and they might be ready to give up, but then they see you and what you're doing, and they're gonna look for someone like you, or they're even gonna hit you up.
Yeah, man. I'm just here for
we're just to be a way of changing people's lives.
I'm just here to bring inspiration to people's life, man. That's all, man. I'm just
beautiful
and just show love. That's it. Just positivity every time I step out the front door, man.
Awesome.
You know what I mean?
Cool. Same here, man. But before battery dies.
Oh yeah. Hey, shout out to my boy Derek. Appreciate the T-shirt, man. Snap Graphics.
Thank you guys for watching. Look forward to all his stuff will be in the description as always. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. Look forward to a giveaway soon. We're going to be doing a giveaway. First 500 followers, first 500 subscribers. You have to do both. Tag 2 people. We're going to do a giveaway. Prizes TBD. Sorry, TBD.
Yeah.
TBD, but they're going to be good ones. So pay attention to that. We're going to do a separate video. If you watch it to the end, you're seeing this. If not, you're lost.
Hey, watch it till the end and get on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, share.
And share too.
Yeah, awesome. Well, yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the giveaway. Thank you again.
Yes, sir.
And
appreciate y'all.
Peace out.
Peace.